Getting into some of the heavier topics this nation has grappled with more directly since the killing of George Floyd 3 months ago. In the spirit of being clear and direct on issues of race in America, we're asking for very simply a yes or no answer to this question before we dig a little deeper. Mr. Mowers, does systemic racism exist in the United States? Yes or no?
I believe that there are individuals who are racist, and I think that folks who bring that racism into the job place should be held accountable for it. But the fact of the matter is that what we saw was a tragedy out in Minneapolis, but it doesn't justify the rioting, the looting that we're seeing, or the fact that politicians have turned their back on law enforcement.
So is that a yes or a no?
No.
Mr. Mayberry, does systemic racism exist in the United States? Yes or no?
No, and as a Commissioner of Human Rights for the state of New Hampshire, appointed by Chris Sununu, I look forward to delving into this subject more.
So, gentlemen, there is an unrelenting call for change in this country by some Americans who do think systemic racism has led to years of poverty, injustice, and a lack of adequate education, and also police brutality. While you don't agree, how would you represent constituents who do? And what do you say to communities of color who have that life experience? Mr. Mowers, you first.
Sure. Well, look, I've had conversations with the NAACP and the National Diversity Council on these issues. I think it's very important for their opinion to be heard. But I'll tell you, this is how radical Chris Pappas is. The fact that on one side you have myself, the NAACP here in New Hampshire's law enforcement, and even Jeanne Shaheen and Maggie Hassan, who say that Chris Pappas's vote to remove qualified immunity would undermine our law enforcement. On the other side, you have Chris Pappas. That just tells you how extreme he has gotten on these issues, and we need to ensure that we're working in a constructive dialogue with New Hampshire's leaders, the way that we have been, by reaching out to a diverse group of people for their opinion on these issues. Now, look, there are individual issues in police departments across the country. But here in New Hampshire, we actually could be held up as a model, our law enforcement officers and processes, because many of the reforms being talked about in Washington, D.C. are already done here in New Hampshire. And so instead of degrading police officers the way Chris Pappas has, I'll support them and hold them up as a national model.
Mr. Mayberry, how do you represent constituents who believe systemic racism does exist?
Through the example that I set as one of the Commissioners of Human Rights for the state of New Hampshire. That's when we educate, we communicate, and if need be, we adjudicate. There are forms of discrimination here in New Hampshire. It could be ageism, it could be discrimination against women, and we also see religious discrimination here. But we need to come together and follow the leadership of Governor Chris Sununu, who created an independent panel to review this, who appointed me and gave me the mandate of eradicating discrimination here in New Hampshire. And we've done so very well. Ani Malachi, who's the executive director, does an amazing job. But Adam, we need to continue to communicate, educate, and adjudicate. And if there's violence involved, the conversation stops.